It's time for the Freedom in 5 Minutes podcast. Powerful and liberating business strategies you can start in 5 minutes or less. Now, here's your host, Dean Soto.
Hey, this is Dean Soto, founder of freedomin5minutes.com and prosulam.com. And we're here again with another Freedom in 5 Minutes podcast episode. Today's topic is this: feel free to fire a few customers. That and more coming up. All right, this is probably going to be a 5-minute one just because my daughter is coming out of dance in a few minutes. So, it's good to see you guys. Good to hear you. Good to be with you. So I'm just going to jump right into it because I really wanted to get one of these done for you. So yeah, the other day, I started doing this reboot. It's called the Perry Marshall does a thing called a reboot. It's like a 30-day reboot where you go through the whole process of doing a whole bunch of stuff that just kind of reboots your entire business life, reboots your life. And in day 5, you actually have to fire a customer. And oh, it's funny. So that's one of the things that in business a lot of people don't do. So I had a customer who, two customers in general. One was a restaurant customer who we actually ended up letting go because they were treating one of their VSAs very, very badly. VSA is a virtual systems architect. Go check out prosulam.com to find out more about that. But they were treating their VSA really, really badly. In fact, it was so cool that we fired this person the VSA actually ended up going with someone who is awesome, and that VSA is thriving and just totally crushing it for people. So it was interesting because this one particular customer was just complaining. They were a restaurant customer. They kept on complaining and changing their process. And so literally this VSA could not do anything right because they were constantly changing the process. And so there was that customer, and there was another customer that was kind of the same thing. They just didn't really realize how poorly they were treating their VSA. And I should maybe have titled this "The Tale of Two Customers." Okay. So one customer basically just let them go. They were going to fire themselves anyway. So we were just like, go, get out of here, go, get. You got to go get. Your kind ain't welcome here. So boom, gone. The other customer, she was really cool, actually. So I ended up sending an email basically saying, hey, your VSA is afraid of disappointing you. They're feeling really stressed out. And, hey, if you want to cancel, that's totally fine. But just letting you know that if this continues, we're going to have to cancel the agreement. So this person ended up just being totally unaware of how poorly they were treating their VSA, which was cool. And their employee she had no idea that her employee felt this way. And so she actually took the feedback, apologized, went to her employee, and made amends. Really, really, really cool. It would not have happened, though, if there was not that threat of actually firing customers. And this is something that I've grown to do a lot in my business. We fire customers. We fire customers quite a bit. If they're not a good fit, they're not a good fit. I do not want to have a customer that's essentially poisoning the pond, right? And so it's funny because I actually have another customer that's about they're another prospect that I'm basically going to terminate before they even start, right? So it's interesting. So anyway, what am I'll keep on thinking of what I'm going to do right now. So I kind of zoning out. All right. So why is this important? It's important because a lot of the times as business owners, we do not want to fire people at all. We do not want to fire customers. We want to have that money, right? We want to have that income, that revenue. But what sucks is that those people who just put a drag on your business, they suck up so much of your energy, so much of your peace, so much of your BSA's peace, and so on and so forth, that it's just not, it's not something that you, I don't know, you just tend to, a lot of the times we tend to think that it's not, that we can't fire a customer. It's customer's always right. But more often than not, if you fire a customer, you will open a path for better customers to come around, especially if you do it the right way. Plus, it makes you like the hot girl at school too, right? It makes you if you're able to fire someone, then they realize they did something wrong. Okay, so like this one right now, they're asking us to change this on the contract. They don't want to give a bonus to, we always do a bonus during the Christmas time to everybody, and they don't want to pay for that. And so I'm like, okay, you do not have to have our service. Go find someone else. And right off the bat, like when you do something like that, they're going to be like, holy crap, like, we messed up. We messed up, and they start seeing who really is, because ultimately your business, generally you're trying to help them, right? They're coming to you for a reason, and they can't do what you're trying to help them to do. And for them to come and be jerks, or for them to try and run the show, why are you here? You're here because you cannot do what I can do. So why are you trying to do what I'm able to do, right? So it's important that you do this because it really sets you apart from everybody else. It really sets you apart from everybody else. We fire customers all the time. I want to have clients who are absolutely amazing, who rave about us, who grow with us, who are a part of who we are as a team, as a community. I don't want people who just use us half-assed, or people who, I don't want people who who treat our guys poorly. So don't be afraid to fire customers. That's what the key thing is here. You will actually get more business over time by firing customers. Okay. And so who can you fire this week? Out of all your customers, if you could fire one that's just getting on your nerves, who could you fire this week that would make a huge difference in your business? I urge you, I challenge you to give that person the boot. All right, this is Dean Soto, freedomin5minutes.com. Go check that out. And also go check out prosulum.com, prosulum.com. Get your own virtual systems architect. Systemize everything in your business, 5 minutes or less. And I'll catch you in the next Freedom in 5 Minutes podcast.
Thanks for listening to the Freedom in 5 Minutes podcast. Now, head over to www.freedomin5minutes.com and register for our free masterclass and discover how to start systemizing and automating your entire business 5 minutes at a time. We'll see you next time on the Freedom in 5 Minutes podcast.